Hey Aquarius, welcome to Tower and Hill. Welcome to the place where we tower and heal our way to self-love and unity consciousness. Welcome to your November reading for mid-month November, up until the end of November. All right, let's get started. I come to you humbly, God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Aquarius Collective need to know? How can they work their light? Oh, too much. How can they work their light? Ooh, we have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? This might be some inner child work or just taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself a little bit more. Well, yeah, that's inner child work, nurturing yourself. Oh, we have protection. Huh. Wow, okay. Very nurturing energy here. I feel like you need to learn... Okay, so we have protection. Call back your power, cut the cords. Okay. Soul retrieval. We have the ever unfolding rules. Cracked open. It's happening for you and not to you. So it's certain things that's happening, okay, that or might have happened already. And you might realize, okay, I need to set better, proper boundaries moving forward. I can't be out here having my spirit out here in the world like this, you know. I have to protect myself, protect my heart, protect my spirit, protect my boundaries, my sense of self, okay? The nurturing, being the mother to yourself, telling yourself like, hey, either saying like, hey, it's going to be okay, or hey, you're not going to be doing that to my baby. You know, you have to learn how to do that for yourself, to yourself, and then to others. Learning how to step into that nurturing energy for the sake of yourself. Okay. When it comes to different parts of us, because I was talking about, with the Patreon reading that I did today, I was talking about tapping into both the divine and masculine, divine masculine and feminine sides, right? And knowing when to tap into it, not being triggered into it, but knowing when to tap into it. For example, some people might get their boundaries pushed and pushed and pushed until they get to a point where they explode, right? There's a need to learn how not to get pushed and pushed and pushed until you explode. There's a need for you to say, okay, I'm being pushed. Now I need to switch gears from being the feminine and going into, okay, more of a masculine energy, more of a defensive energy, or it could be the mother protective energy, you know, that fierce energy. It's a need to know when to switch over. Being flexible with who you are within any given situation, being exactly who you need to be to handle the situation in the best way so you can come out unscathed, okay, and also come out with your dignity. Okay, your highest vibe energy. Not letting anyone take you out of character. So it does seem like there's something that might have happened or that might have caused this, like it was an opportunity for you to learn how to be more defensive and more protective of your energy. Okay, we're getting deep, y'all. All right, what's going on? Yes, my energy is very different today. See, that's that energy of not giving a fuck. Do what you love. Who gives a fuck? Express your joy, baby. What makes you happy? Go and do that. Who make you happy? Go and fuck that. All right. I pulled out a fairy deck. I haven't used this deck I don't think I used this deck on public readings, but here we are. So what's going on with the Aquarius Collective? What's going on with the Aquarius Collective? I'm on some shit today, I must say. I like it though. It's nice. I'm blaming it on the new moon in Scorpio that has me on this energy. Yeah, major clarity. All right, what we gotta say about that? We have the King of Swords coming out with the Page of Swords, right? That's a new perspective. Seeing things just from a totally clearer vision. It might be the realization that you've been listening to other people's opinions for way too long. All right. And it gave someone a new attitude. It's switching up someone's ego though. Okay. If someone was on, oh, look at all these swords, major clarity in the mind here. Vision. We have the Ace of Swords coming out, which is truth. Whatever clarity you're okay, however you're seeing things right now, you're accurate in your perception. Or you will be by the end of November. Okay? Oops, excuse me. All right. Oh, yeah, it just seems like you're accurate about how everyone is, whatever role they're playing in your life, how they're affecting you, what they want from you, so on and so forth. Okay, you're seeing everything pretty accurately. This is a very sharp mentality here, very sharp perspective, very sharp perspective, sharper than you have been before. This star card wants to be seen here. The star card, the healing. If someone healed, someone might have healed like this mindset of like worrying about other people's opinions or, oh, people pleasing. Okay. If someone healed from that, now it gave them space. Oh, it cleared. It was like a filter. It's like you were seeing everything through the filter of childhood upbringing. You were seeing everything through a filter of what my parents think, whether they're here or not. It's just, I want to make them proud. What would society think? You know, all of that. Now it's like you're raising all of that and you're seeing things fucking clear as day. Like, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is right. This is not right. This is the role that they play in my life. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like very clear. Very clear. I love it. But it's due to healing. It's due to work. Doing the work. Holy cow. Hold on. My phone's about to die. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. All right. Okay. What else do you have going on here? But and then it's leading to like that level of clarity. Like, look, I'm gonna just do what I want. Why am I sitting here? I'm gonna do exactly what I want. Now, with all this blue energy, I don't know if people are, if you guys are speaking on it as of yet. Because the blue is like the throat chakra, right? It's that communication. So we have the Knight of Wands here. So there's no action. There might be a need to speak this first, okay? Speaking up within yourself or setting the proper boundaries, okay? And then acting on whatever, acting on the justice, making things right. Okay. Okay. Some of you guys are realizing that listening to other people's opinions was a disservice to you. All right. Let's say you decided to take a certain path in your career because your mentor told you or your parents told you, whatever the case is. And you're realizing how much of your power you were giving away. It was a disservice. So now things are being balanced out with the Justice card. That's amazing. Why is the Justice card here? Tell me more. It's like you're realizing the level of security that you had, but the price you had to pay for it was not being secure within yourself. You're trading off your own sense of self to make others feel comfortable and secure. This is like the energy, let's say, of the energy of a free-spirited person, right? They want to move in a certain way, but because they don't want to make their family feel uncomfortable if they want to just go out and backpack across Europe. So they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to stifle my wanderlust, and I'm going to get a 9 to 5 and just do the normal thing, Someone's realizing the stability, the cost that the price they had to pay to be stable according to other people. There might be a realization of what opportunities they might have. You won't really know what you really missed out on, to be honest, but I feel like somebody might be realizing how they stopped themselves for going for certain opportunities because they wanted to keep everyone comfortable. But then we have the Emperor coming out. All right, so let's see why the Emperor's here. So the Judgment card is coming out in reverse here. All right. So someone's having this realization. As I mentioned, I don't know if someone's actually speaking up on it yet. Okay. We have the Emperor coming out with the Judgment card and the 9 of Wands. It's like, okay, these situations were actually stunting me from being who I am, the free spirit that I am. We're going to stick to the free spirit storyline, okay? This doesn't have to apply to you, but let's say that that's what it is, okay? Especially with the Aquarius energy. Y'all be off the Richter scale, okay? Now, with love, I love you guys. My Venus is Aquarius, so I love you guys, okay? Now, it's time for you to step into Emperor mode with the Judgment card coming out in reverse. Making a final judgment call on these people and how important is their opinion in your life now. Nine of Wands is something, the realization of this is the clarity, it comes with a burden. It's like ignorance is bliss, right? Not realizing how much they controlled you or their opinions had an influence on you. It was kind of blissful, but it really wasn't. In the moment it was, but now with the level of clarity that you have, now you're realizing how much you were being kept in a box. How much things were kind of, or you might have kept yourself in a box. With the Knight of Wands here is a struggle. Yeah, so with the Queen of Swords now coming out, we have the King and the Queen of Swords coming out. This is finally owning it. When you finally own it, it's going to bring on a Tower moment. The Tower moment is pending. It's on the horizon. The Tower is coming, okay? That's all I can say about that. The Tower is coming. Because someone's going to step into Emperor mode, whether you're masculine or feminine. Someone's going to step into Emperor mode with major clarity and not really care. With the Sword energy, it can be, I like to look at it as making an executive decision. Like, just as impersonal as that. And you guys are air signs, so you get that. Okay? It's not like, okay, it's not an emotional thing. It's more like, this is what I need to do for me. This is logical. This makes sense. Okay. You might be handling emotional relationships from a very logical business mind. I just look at it as business minded, when you're like, yeah, this isn't personal, it's business, even though this is personal, it's a personal situation, or these are personal relationships, but you're dealing with it in a very like strategic, not even strategic, just logical way. Just knowing that this is what you need to do to continue to grow. Like this is the thing that makes sense. So the boundaries, protection, cutting the cords. There's going to be some cord cutting of people because of it, so that you can protect yourself. All right. Why is this? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. We're just putting an end to that. All right. Continue. Yeah, wow. With the Dreamer card, that's going to start a whole new beginning for you. There's going to be a little bit of resistance, obviously, from the people. Wow, with the Fours. Yeah, all right. There might be a little bit of a loop because of the pain that comes with that. Oh, a little bit of confusion. It's like, it starts off with major clarity. But before you, see, I don't know if I don't know if you're going to get the major clarity and move. But then when it takes time, when it takes time to actually implement, see, that's the thing. It's like in your mind right now. But when it comes to actually speaking on it and actually doing it, that's when the confusion is going to come in. Okay? That's when the heartbreak, the reality of the situation, the severity of this is going to hit. That's why it feels like you're going to be like kind of far removed from the emotional part of it. Even though you're dealing with emotional relationships. And it's like, let's say you're like, okay, well, this is what I need to do. And then you go up to this person or these people and like, look, I have to set the boundaries here. But then seeing the pain on their face, now you're like, oh, and that might bring you back to your heart space, which is cool. But don't let that stop you from the clarity that you had. You have major, when you're being led to do this, it is major. It's coming from a place of major clarity. You're probably just not, you're miscalculating how easy it's going to be to set these boundaries, okay? So it's going to cause a bit of a loop, okay? You're going to have some resistance with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords coming out here. There's going to be a bit of a break before you actually tap into this new beginning for real. Because the reality of the situation is like you can't stay in your mind about that for too long. It's easy to stay in your mind like and know what you need to do when you're at home thinking about it. But it's another thing to put it into action. It's one thing to know you want to quit your job. It's another thing to actually have to face your boss and say, by the way, I'm leaving. That's a different situation. So it seems like that might be a moment that's going to cause a loop. So just be mindful of that. Just because you're feeling emotions about it and feeling the pain of it, it doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing. It did come from a place of major clarity. It might lead you to close off how you're feeling, okay? Because you're coming in with this level of, so make sure that you're not being too harsh, okay? Because it can go either way. Someone could I feel like there's going to be a loop regardless, okay? But how they move forward from this loop after facing people and having to actually implement these boundaries, some people might just close off the feelings and just push through and just kind of bulldoze, whatever. Some people might just stay in that pain of it, because they might fall back into the trap of the opinions, the pleasing, because it's like, oh, I just saw the pain in their face of me setting the boundary here. I don't want to do that to anyone. So then they go back into the same cycle that they just came out of. So be mindful of that, all right? We do have the Page of Cups coming out in reverse. along with the Four of Swords. There's a need to go within and allow yourself to open up your heart space and kind of merge the air and water energy, okay? I do feel like the air and water elements are somewhat connected because they pulled out a totally different energy from me compared to the earth and fire. Either way, so that level of clarity is divinely guided, all right? And it doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. We have the Seven of Swords popping out here in reverse. Let's see what's going on here. Why is the Seven of Swords here in reverse? I don't understand why someone would be... Okay. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. This doesn't make sense too much. Hope for the future? Okay. So let's say if somebody's... Okay. Let's say if somebody's leaving someone. Right? Then there might be hope that things will change. I think that's what's happening. That's what's going to cause a loop. With a distraction here. It's just a distraction. Alright. It's only going to slow down. It's causing a loop. Somebody, like... It's like someone's going to assess someone or a bunch of people correctly and then realize, hey, I need to set the proper boundaries here. But someone might be guilt-tripped into looping in that situation. They might, guilt or shame might keep them from setting the proper boundary. Okay. But it does seem like, see, it was some type of deception in the past or whatever. That's going to be different for everyone. There's some type of deception in the past where someone's like, someone might break up with someone and then the person will be like, no, I'll never do it again, you know. That type of thing, but it's really just a distraction. That's what I'm feeling there. I don't think it's that important. It is going to cause a loop, but I feel like... I just think it's just going to slow down the process. I don't think it's going to stop the process because someone has major clarity and they have the divine push to set the boundary here. Someone's feeling it in their gut like, oh, I need to set a boundary with this person. So, awakening. Look at that. Hangman. This is coming out as a blockage. Someone's going to try to stop you from seeing the clarity that you see. You're going to get into a place where you already have the clarity and you assess everyone very correctly, very accurately. Like pinpoint accuracy is major. I can't stress it enough. The level of clarity that someone's going to come into when it comes to, I feel like, everyone around them. All right. This can come through by way of intuitive hits or whatever the case. It could just be a weird, like, just a random aha moment. I don't know. It's going to be different for everyone. But that level of clarity leads to a new beginning and it leads to a new way of looking at the world. Someone's going to try and stop you from having that level of clarity, especially when it comes to them. Because when the clarity, whether they do it on purpose or not, okay, it's just the effect that they're going to have, all right, on you. I mean, someone could be manipulated in this situation, but that doesn't really matter. Whether they are, they're not, it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of you setting boundaries. The person doesn't, or the people, it could be multiple people. The people don't like you setting the boundaries, so they're just responding to it. And because you don't want to feel like you're hurting anyone, you'll start looping and start questioning your clarity. Your intuition's on point, or will be. Whenever you get this moment of truth, it's going to be a very defining moment, okay? And you have to make that decision to accept that new perspective. I'm not concerned about the looping, because it does feel like it's a divine new perspective, as I mentioned. When a new perspective like this comes along, it sticks. You can hide it, you can bury it, you can throw salt on it, you can throw dirt on top of it, but that type of clarity, it never fades. All right. All right. Yeah. All right, so it's kind of repeating now. All right, with the Nine of Wands, it's like the level of clarity, realizing how much of a struggle something is. All right. All right. What are they feeling? Oh, one more for the blockage. Okay, one more for the blockage. Okay, boom. Ace of Pentacles. So it's like a new job coming in, showing you what that the old job was a struggle, okay? Or a new person coming in, showing you that the old person was a struggle. That's it. All right. All right. What's the what are they feeling to say? Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups needing to move on. Move on from the struggle, the thing that's a struggle, okay? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Don't worry about the loss. Easier said than done. I get it. Wow. King of Pentacles and a star in reverse. All right. There might be a codependency issue here. Some of you guys, or whoever's dealing with this, going back to the nurturing mother energy, some of you guys, this can be an issue with parents, okay? Or it could be an issue with people, friends, family, romantic relationships where it had a very nurturing energy, right? And now you have to learn how to nurture yourself, take care, or mother yourself, right? Nurture yourself. It seems as if whoever this person is, it doesn't have to be a mother. It could be whoever. They enjoy the mothering energy. They enjoy, it's like a mother who doesn't want to, they don't want to see the kid go away to college. It's not like they don't want the kids to go to college. It's just like their desire for them to stay is more important than a desire to see them thrive and fly off, fly away from the nest, okay? It's a codependency issue. At the same time, the one who's about to fly away from the nest, they're also comfortable with being nurtured and coddled. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles with the Star card coming out. Whatever this dynamic is comfortable. Even if whoever this is being coddled, the warm, cozy, coddling energy, the codependency, it's so warm and fuzzy. But the price that you have to pay for that warm, fuzzy, coddling energy is actually living your truth. It's like the price of living under your mom's roof is not being able to bring someone to fuck anytime you want. Right? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah. It's a price that you're paying right now. It's a price on your freedom and your independence. It's like you're struggling to be free. You didn't realize that this was a bit of a trap. Okay. Why is King of Pentacles here? And that's what needs to be healed, okay? The codependency is what needs to be healed. Why is this King of Pentacles here? In reverse? Oh, godly. Ugh. See, it's something weird about this. It's something a little bit deceptive about it, okay? Like, the person is, it's like if the person, whoever was doing the coddling, knew that they were keeping this person locked in place. Okay, there's a lot of this going on. Who had this energy? Taurus and Virgo had this energy, where the people who are around them that were trying to keep them in their place, which wasn't in their place, it was just really trying to keep them in a box. They're coming to light. So you guys are dealing with the same thing. You got someone around you or a couple of people around you. They're and with all these situations, they all come off as someone who's looking out for your best interest, and they're just full of shit. It pissed me off in those readings. It's about to piss me off in this reading. With the Queen of Wands energy, they were fucking A. Alright. That's the same energy. So you guys have the same energy as Taurus and Virgo right now. Every time I tap into it, I just start getting pissed off. Oh, the Moon card. Oh my God. All right, the Queen of Wands in reverse. With the Moon card, this is manipulative energy, right? It is something shady. Okay, whoever's doing the coddling, it was for their own benefit, for sure. Okay? Whether they are conscious of it or not, it doesn't matter. This is the nature of their spirit when it comes to you. Whoever this, or it could be vice versa. This could be you doing this shit, okay? And you have to check your shadow. Your shadow might be doing this, where you're coddling someone, and it's just so you can have control so they don't fly off and leave the fucking nest and leave you alone. Someone's scared of someone flying off and venturing out and never coming back. And so they created this, it was something, they created this element, this comfy nest for someone to control them. But it was comfortable. The person had the comforts. It had all the cushion. It's like, yeah, you can roam free. Just not past this. You have this little screen right here. You can't go past that shit though. Okay? If you go off the screen, now we got a problem. And for some of you guys, dare I say this, with the Moon card and the Queen of Wands energy, because the Queen of Wands is a witchy ass card. All right, it's coming out in reverse. They might be using it for some of you guys. Oh yes, okay, that's why cutting the cord came out. All right, so cutting the cord, right? That's psychic energy. That's psychic protection. All right, I didn't want to go there. Some of you guys, you have to set psychic boundaries with this person. This person is doing things in the psychic realm, in the spiritual realm. All right, to keep you in their... Holy shit. Oh, this is giving me a fucking headache. It's making me want to throw up, actually. This is making me nauseous. You have to heal from whatever the fuck influence they have on you. This Scorpio energy is not fucking around. This Scorpio energy is bringing out some bullshit. Renewal. We have the Death card coming out. You gotta put an end to that. This could be someone sending energy towards you, right? Or this could be someone doing some type of binding spells on you. Whatever the case is, it's some bullshit like that, okay? By someone who's not using their... Let's look more into this Queen of Wands. It makes me want to fucking barf, but I'm not continue. It's a feminine energy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting very dramatic. Feminine energy, they're a burden. They're the ones pulling you back, yanking you back every time you try to fly off. Distracting. The fuck is this public card? We have the public card coming out. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's something about them that's making it seem like, oh, I have these, I just want you to be, I don't know. They're coming off with sweet intentions, but we have the Book of Secrets coming out. All right, let me get out of this energy. I don't like it. Anyway. If this is ringing a bell, if you know who this is, then cut the cords on them. This is a lesson in protection, psychic protection here. All right. It does seem like it's a feminine energy. It could be a mother figure. It could be an auntie. It could be a girlfriend. It could be a wifey. All right. Could be a karmic ex. It could be a baby mother. You know, it's just. Could be a coworker. Who knows? It doesn't have to be a feminine either. I mean, it's a feminine energy. They're carrying feminine energy, okay? Like, as a majority, that's the majority of their energy that they're carrying, okay? But it can, whatever the vessel is, it doesn't have to be a it doesn't have to be a woman body, okay? This is coming out as what you're failing to see. So, oh my gosh, with the death card. All right, I'm going to end this fucking reading. I'm done. All right, we have the death card coming out with the sickle. You have to cut them out. You have to cut them out. You have to set the boundaries. Put an end to it. This is a person that you're going to get major clarity about. And then you're going to try and set the boundaries on them. And they're going to do some fuck shit to make you feel guilty. And then it's going to pull you right back into a same cycle again. You have to speak your truth here. Okay? With the King of Pentacles, you're stepping into this new power. This is what this card says. King of Pentacles. Be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything going your way, a good person or company work for. Okay, look, you know what's right. You're going to have major clarity and someone's going to try to pull the wool over your eyes. Okay? How long will they successfully do it? Who knows? We'll find that out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But right now, that's what's going to happen. You have to be mindful and keep your wits about you. With the Eight of Cups, what does this Eight of Cups say? The desire for a more meaningful life, realizing it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. You're walking away from something major, and the person or the thing that represents that life is going to pull you back. If you let them. This is a major death and rebirth. This is a major death and rebirth. And with death and rebirths like this, it requires sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. Wow. This energy is just pissing me off. Because some people just got some people got some nerve, man. Some people got some nerve, and it's really coming up a lot with this new moon in Scorpio energy. Like, people just out here wilding out. Okay. All right. What is the power animal? That's fucking annoying. Scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Scarab beetle spirit is like a new beginning, okay? This is like an awakening energy, okay? I feel like this is like a spiritual awakening. It's a spiritual ascension. You're going to learn more things spiritually because of this person, and that's where the protection is going to come in. It's like you were asleep. You didn't realize you were under someone's spiritual control, and you're going to learn that shit, Okay, and then learn like, okay, the first spiritual lesson I need is how to fucking protect myself. All this magic energy, white raven spirit, trusting in magic. See, I feel like this person is... Look at all this magic, magic energy. Magic works through you. Trust in the magic. Somebody's dealing with a very witchy person, and they're not using it for good. They were using it to keep you reeled in. They probably had you binded. Okay? Or if this is you, cut that shit out. The fuck? Heal yourself. If you're sitting here wishing that someone stays with you, you're sitting here putting the energy out like, I want us to be forever binded. That's you casting a spell on someone. Some people move like that and they act like they don't fucking know what they're doing. Be careful what you wish for. Don't sit here and ask for spirit to make sure that you're always forever linked to someone. You never know what their karma is. Why would you want to forever be linked to someone? Because it's really just coming from a place of control. It's not coming from a place of love. Those binding spells are not coming from a place of love. So fuck what you heard. And fuck whatever y'all got to say in these comments. Alright. This energy is pissing me off. Alright. You probably will... You might resonate a little bit with the Taurus and Virgo reading as well. Alright. I'm going to pull from the Archangel Michael deck. There's some healing that needs to be done. There's a tinge of spiritual warfare coming through. It's not warfare. It's not that serious. You can break yourself from this bind just by being aware of this person and what they're doing. Look at that. Guarded and protected. So don't let this set off your alarms. I'm going to say that right now. Don't let this cause you to go into a panic, all right? As you raise your vibration, you're going to have major clarity about this person and understand that this person has a way of wooing some shit. All right. Either way, you're guarded and protected. That's what I'm like, even if it pisses me off to see it, but also, like I said, I'm not really worried about it for you guys because the level of clarity that you're coming into, it's so divine that it is going to stick. That's going to be stronger than any type of energy that someone tries to put on you. Like, is not stronger than the divine truth. Like, they can't really, the veil that they try to put over your eyes, it's going to be temporary and it won't be that thick. Okay? It'll be a thin veil that might blind you for a little bit, but I don't see it being, it's not going to be a permanent one, because the way you're ascending right now, the way you're ascending into this level of knowledge of psychic awareness, you're going to be able to call it out and then battle it. Either way, until you're able to sharpen your own sword to cut the cords, know that spirit got you, and they're doing it for you. All right? You got to help them out, though, by being willing to cut the cord. Because if they cut the cord and then you go right back to them, then it's like, okay, why are they going to keep guarding you and protecting you if you're going to keep going back willingly into this, back to the nest? Your desire to fly free and see what you're all about needs to be more important than the comfort of this nest right here. This nest is a trap. These readings... Look at that. New beginnings, fresh start. This is definitely a new beginning. It's an awakening, and it's going to be a new way of looking at the world, okay? Wow. Energy, healing work. This is such a spiritual reading. a favorable outcome, okay? Explore your options. Look at that. You have other options. You might feel trapped in this nest, and there's many ways out of this. If you're feeling like, I don't know what it is, I just can't get over this person, and then you finally get the clarity and you need to cut them off, and then you finally, like, if it's like a cycle where you know this person's shitty and you keep going back, all right, it's some type of clarity where you're going to realize that this person is not good for you. Either way, everything's going to turn out in your favor. Like, I don't feel like this is a major, I don't feel like it's a serious, like, real spell, you know. Not saying that, I mean, there's definitely some spiritual manipulation happening, for sure. But I don't think it's anything to take that seriously, to be honest. Because you have this League of Angels backing you, all right? They're protecting you while you can't, all right? But they're protecting you until you step into your own motherhood energy, your own nurturing energy, all right? Some of you guys might have some ancestors, or you have some guides in the astral realm. They're knocking this out for you. Like they're softening the blow of whatever it is that they're trying to bring to you, okay? You see the the ex is like, not my baby. You ain't fucking around with my baby here, you know? So know that you are protected. You're not alone in this. Whatever you're not aware of, you have guides who are aware of it, and they're not fucking around when it comes to you. Until you know, they're not going to fuck around when it comes to you regardless, but you need to learn how to step up and hold your own too. Man, that's some bullshit. These readings have been on some bullshit. All right, anyway. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG if you want a personal reading. Check out the info box below if you want to be an angel donor, or if you want exclusive content. You can find that on Patreon, the Patreon link below. All right, thank you so much, and until we meet again, happy holidays. Peace.